All right, y'all. Welcome to Street Church. Congregation, come on in. And for first time visitors, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is another video that I'm finna do with the same subject matter as a video I just did, which was about DJ Academics being accused by his ex-girlfriend of being raped and drugged by him and his friends at his house. This is the same in the same vein. This is about OTF, only the family, recording rap artist Lil Durk, who y'all know has become very successful from Chicago, from the drill era of Chicago, and that war in Chirac that DJ Academics was reporting about when he first started out. This guy here, Lil Durk, done came from out of that, done came up from that, and then made it to have big success. And now he's signing artists. And one of his artists that he signed is called KILLA. He signed KILLA, and KILLA now is in the media, social media. It hasn't really gained, national traction or anything like that, but it is being reported that a 16-year-old girl is accusing him of raping and drugging her. Now, very serious allegations. When you have these serious allegations, we need to do our due diligence. I'm going to look at this like this. The one thing that sticks out is that this 16-year-old had to be getting with him sexually and wanting him to treat her as an adult, because it is said that she lied about her age to get with him. She lied about her age, lied about being 16 to get into his presence, to get into his company, to get a conversation going with him, to get in his DMs, to get past his DMs, to getting with him in person. So even though she ain't a part of law enforcement, I'm going to call it entrapment. Because he didn't have no idea what he was dealing with. And I'm going to call it like this, because this is Street Church and we're going to lay it all out. What happened is she's 16, and I don't know how old KILLA is, but I'm quite sure that he probably in his 20s. And him being in his 20s, he knew a little something, right? And dealing with her and having money, he probably knew how to lay it down on her, put it down on her. You understand what I'm saying? I don't got to spell all that out. He was probably putting it down on her. And she wanted to be the main chick. And when she realized she wasn't going to be the main chick, she got messy. And this is a part of her being messy. I'm just going to call it out. It happened in the hood all the time. Some young drug dealer, he about 23 years old. This 16-year-old, 17-year-old, she moving fast. She out there in the hood, smoking and drinking already, disrespecting her parents or disrespecting her single mom, not coming home like she's supposed to. And she meet a 23-year-old and he put it down on her because she don't know no better. And now she wanna call it love, and it's lust, and it's sinful, and it's fornication. But her emotions ain't mature enough. Her feelings dealing with her feelings, she's not mature enough to deal with her feelings. And so she lashes out and she gets what they call messy. And she does whatever silly, stupid thing that she could possibly do to stay in his atmosphere, to stay in his presence, to stay in his way. And a lot of times, that's what be causing the gang violence in the hood, is these girls. They get messy. Listen, they starting to act out in a way they never act out before too. Y'all pay attention. Doxing they boyfriend and telling they ops to go get them. Putting information out, making sure they taking pictures of them vulnerable pictures that they wouldn't want out, and then exposing them when things don't go right. So there go again. Let me show you something. That's the intentions. If you're taking pictures that's vulnerable, then in your head you're thinking, let him do something I don't like. I'll show these pictures. So that's premeditated. That's premeditated wickedness right there. Come on, this is street church. We're going to lay it all out. Now, if he did rape her and drug her or drugged her to have sex with her, then that's wicked and evil on his part, without a doubt. It's all evil. But how could she get in his presence if it wasn't about laying up? Come on. Like, why would he just choose her to come hang out with him if he didn't think it was about that? And she already done admitted to lying to him about being underage. So here's my question to y'all. And I'm going to let the congregation out. If it comes to be, not the rape or the drugging, but if it was consensual, if it's been proven to be consensual, and I don't know what state she is, because I'm thinking the laws would apply to what state she lives in, or what state that she claimed the rape and the drugs happened. I'm quite sure that's what happened. That's what would have to happen. She would have to go to the state where they was at when the rape and the drugs happened, right? And file a complaint there. But do you think if she lied about being how old she was, that he should face serious criminal charges, if charges at all? I'm going to say no. And I think that they should put, this is what I always said, that should be in place, right? They have statutory rape, but they need to reform that, because they need to start a new law called the consensual sex law, right? Because there's too many times an 18-year-old guy who is still in high school too, and a 16-year-old girl, or she's 15 claiming she's 17, gets him into a situation where he don't know how old she is. They have a one-night stand. She want more. He don't want more than that. And then she turns on him and starts telling everybody how old she is and telling people how old she was when they had sex. But it's out of spite. It ain't rape. And I just think that someone that's a couple years older than a person, both of them in high school, he gonna go to jail for statutory rape, and her parents is allowed to do that in a lot of states, have him locked up for statutory rape, but all the time the young girl was consensual. So I think there should be a bill in place called the consensual sex law, where if this girl is lying about her age, or she don't lie about her age, but she's consenting, this should not be allowed for the parents to just lock him up for statutory rape at a certain age. 2 years older than the girl that he having sex with, that normally is consensual. I'm not talking about rape. I'm talking about consensual sex. Because too many times in the hood where I'm from, some 18-year-old is having sex with a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old girl, and he get locked up. And in some states, they lock you up for you have to register as a sexual offender. And this girl was in high school with you. Y'all can go to high school together, but you're going to be the only one getting in trouble for having sex together. But y'all can go to high school together. If this girl is a minor in everybody's eyes at 16, even at 15, let's just say, because they all going to school from 14 to 18. There's people that these kids are going to school with that has 3 to 4 years apart from them. Then they shouldn't be allowed to go to school with them. How about that? They shouldn't be allowed to go to school with them. The potential for them to have consensual sex is too great. But you're going to put this teenager, which is still a child, to the adults who are in who are able to lock him up, right? To these adults, he should be a child. 18 is a child to me. I'm 50. So both of these are kids to me. But you're going to lock him up for statutory rape. And you're going to put it in the power of the parents. And sometimes those parents do it out of spite. Because they can't get him to leave the girl alone. But the girl don't want to leave him alone. She having sex and she love having sex with him. She lusting for him. She don't mind having sex with him. Why do you think you got these girls that get pregnant? Do you think that these guys is raping these girls that's getting pregnant? No. And they proudly claim these 18-year-olds as their baby daddy. They baby daddies and baby mamas to each other. They in school with each other. So either take these 14, 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds out of school and only let 17s and 18 years, or either let high school be for only for 18-year-olds. Because then you could just have 18-year-olds who are preparing to go to college. It could be prep college like they do in certain nice areas. It's prep college for 18 and 19-year-olds. They're getting ready to go to college. And have the 14, 15, and 16-year-olds have their own school where they can just go get their education. And they ain't got to be intermingling with dudes they end up liking and having consensual sex with. Come on, y'all. This is Street Church. We're going to lay it all out here. There's a lot of other components and a lot of other factors y'all can throw in. But for the most part, this is how this is going. High schoolers are going to school with each other and they end up liking each other and having consensual sex. And a lot of times, and then another thing is I don't see when an 18-year-old girl has sex with a younger boy that's like 15, 16, or 17, they're not getting, their parents is not saying, oh, we're finna lock you up for having statutory rape. How many times do you see that? What's the percentage? Y'all put it in the comments and let me know how many times you done heard of an 18-year-old girl getting locked up for having sex with a 14, 15, or 16-year-old. If they grown and they teacher or something, they get locked up. But how many 17-year-old girls is getting locked up or exposed for having sex with somebody younger? How many female celebrities, just like this woman Drea? We all know how old this kid would have been when she was in high school, when she was in junior high. He would have been too young for her. Way too young. But it's quiet. It ain't being exposed. It ain't being talked about. But it goes on a lot of times. A lot of 15-year-old boys talk to 18-year-old girls with no problem. No, this girl don't get exposed. She don't get looked at as being evil or wicked or out of line or doing what is unlawful. And that needs to stop. So yes, I think that they should write some laws in to change change it. And I think that if that law was wrote into place, it would give an incentive for these young girls to stay in their place, to not move so fast into trying to have sexual relationships with young men who are a couple years older than them in high school. We need something to deter it. Or it's just gonna keep going on and on. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This is Street Church. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what y'all think about this. I hope KILLA is not a rapist. I hope he don't drug girls. I hope that ain't him. It looked like he got a strong career ahead of himself if he moved the right way. He up under one of the most successful rappers that he could possibly be under. That's Lil Durk. Lil Durk is very successful. I hope his journey is as successful, because I don't hate on nobody for getting to the bag. And I'm a rap artist myself. I do Christian rap, and I just don't want to see another rap artist or another young black man be taken down by that type of vice. I hope that's not his vice. I hope he's not a rapist. I hope he's not somebody that his drug women he be with encounter. I hope that is not the case. I hope that none of this is true, and that this is just a young girl who is scorned, and is just being messy on social media. I hope that that's the case. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, comment. This is Street Church. I'm letting the congregation out. God bless.